Welcome to Love and Murder. I'm Shar. I'll be joined by host Ky. Today's episode is the case of the Seductress, who was dying for love and affection. The problem is, it's not her husband's. If you like roller coaster rides, strap in for this one. And let's get into Love and Murder.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of, oh my God, I was about to say No Context Radio.
I can tell where you were going with your lips. I was like, she's not going to say no contact.
I was about to say that. All right, so we're not on the air, so let's go. Welcome to a new episode of Love and Murder, everyone. I am your host, Ky, as it was previously said, and this is my co-host, Shar. And we're here to bring you another crazy episode of love, relationships, craziness, and murder. Thank you again for joining us. Last week was a really, I don't know what was wrong with me. I think because we didn't record the show on the specific day that we normally do. So I was not in recording headspace, and I know last week's episode was probably just everybody was like, why does it sound so dead? Why is Shar talking to herself? So I apologize, everyone. But I'm back today.
One of those days. Right?
Yeah, I'm back today. So if you're new to our podcast discusses true crime, and just basically relationships, how true crime and relationships come together when, you're in love, everything's going great, and then, I don't know, he buys the wrong pair of shoes for you and you just snap. That was the last straw. His shoes are on the ground all the time. His socks, he doesn't wash his underwear. He doesn't know how to cook, and then he chews just too loudly, and so the woman snaps or the guy snaps or whatever, and instead of just leaving, it takes a left turn and it becomes murder. So that's basically what Love and Murder is about. If you don't know us, Ky and Shar, we come from a popular previous podcast, No Conduct Radio. It was Ky, Shar, BJ, and Logic. But we closed at the end of last year, and now here Shar and I are because we're crazy and we love work. So
something like that, yeah.
As usual, I'm not going to do this the whole podcast, but I do want to do this in the beginning of the podcast. But as usual, to give credit where credit is due, I got this idea from, every single time I can't remember their name. Anyways, from what is the name of the podcast, Shar?
Oh,
Crime and Murder.
Shut Up and Give Me Murder.
Shut Up and Give Me Murder. So go to shutupandgivememurder.com.
The website is a little different, though. The website is...
No, it's fine. Shutupandgivememurder.com. They have two podcasts as true crime, and they're comedians. It's a crazy, hilarious show. You'll love it. So check them out. So, Shar, I'm gonna just do our opening real quick. Then I have a crazy story for you. It's on our wheelhouse of true crime and relationship and everything, and it just happened today. And you're gonna be blown away. You're gonna be like, what?
Cool.
Okay, so.
Bring it on.
Before we go into that crazy story that just broke today, so check us out on Stitcher, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast. Be sure to leave a review if you like this podcast or if you like the previous episodes that we've done. Please go ahead and leave a review on the Apple Podcast. You don't have to say anything extravagant. Just say, I don't know, Ky, stop talking. Why are you talking so much? Why are you so hyper? Whatever you want to say. Or tell Shar to move out of the desert and move to someplace where, normal people stay that has, all 4 seasons.
Where would that possibly be?
Go ahead and... Yeah, right? Go ahead and follow us on social media. Facebook.com/relationship crime. I was going to say crime. Facebook.com/relationship crime or Instagram, Love Murder Podcast. And if you want to be one of our heroes, a producer of the show, and go ahead and hear your name at the end of our show in the ending credits, then visit us at patreon.com/love and murder and become a subscriber of $5 and above, and you will be a producer of our show. You'll also get access to bonus episodes such as the crazy stories that Char has in her life. If you want to hear a couple of those, listen to episode 2, listen to episode 1, listen to episode 3. You'll hear a couple of her crazy stories, especially episode 2. That's my favorite. Go back. Okay. I'm telling you right now, go back to episode 2. You will be blown away by that story of Char's. You'll also hear very, very, very crazy relationship true crime stories that we're not even going to put on this platform. We're going to put it only on Patreon. So if you become a member of $5 and above, that's what you'll get. You'll also get to hear our relationship stories. So if you go back and listen to episode 1, you'll get an example of that. However, if you just want to support us so, we can keep the lights on, buy more headphones, be able to buy pens, because I have this crazy love of pens and notebooks. I don't know why. But if you just want to continue to support us so that we can keep the show running, keep our internet on, and do everything like that to bring you more stories, then just go ahead and donate whatever you feel, whether it's 50 cents, 10 cents, $1, whatever. We'll be grateful for that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to get into some love and murder. We usually start with Char, but I have a story for Char real quick.
And I'm definitely curious, so let's hear the story. She's got me on pins right now. Needles and pins. Okay.
All right, so let me go to it on my phone.
Technology is a marvel. Gotta love it.
All right, so this comes via people.com. So there's actually a crime section of the people.com website. If you didn't know that, that's really crazy. Okay, so I don't even know if I want to let me see. Yeah, okay. I'll read the headline. It says, Nevada dad allegedly killed his baby by throwing her 22 feet off of a balcony during a dispute with the mom.
Whoa.
Yes. So, a newborn baby girl lost her life in Las Vegas over the weekend after being thrown to her death from a second-story balcony, allegedly by her own father. A statement from police says London Martin was nearly 2 months old when she was killed Saturday morning just before 4 a.m.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, the baby's father, Clarence Martin Jr., 32, has been charged with open murder for allegedly throwing his infant daughter from a balcony during an argument with his fiancée, London's mother. Police said London plummeted more than 22 feet to the pavement below. Officers arrived at the scene responding to the calls for a domestic disturbance and immediately located the infant and her mother, who was performing CPR on London. So the newborn baby was rushed to a nearby hospital where she died from blunt force head trauma. So can you imagine she was still alive and the mom was just sitting there doing CPR on her?
I mean, I'm still trying to process. It's your child. It's a baby. And they just suffer unnecessary. I mean, suffer. You said 22 feet or something? Just thrown like a rat.
22 feet, yeah.
Oh, my.
But the thing about this...
Yeah. My goodness.
The thing about this is, so police did catch him. And the thing about this is, if you read, it says, let me see. So according to the Las Vegas Journal-Review, which obtained a copy of Martin's arrest report, London's mother told police Martin had a history of mental issues and had not eaten or slept in the days leading up to the dispute.
Okay,
so it seems like
that's no excuse though. Just because you're tired, go lie down and get some rest.
No. That's not what it is. It's not because he's tired. He had mental issues. So
no, I heard that.
It's not just because he was tired. No, you heard. Okay, so I said he had a history of mental issues and he had not eaten or slept in the days leading up to the dispute. Mm-hmm. So, not saying that's an excuse, but the mental issues part. If it is true, this will just say allegedly. Then that's where the problem lies. So what happened was, so the baby's mother said that she awoke Saturday morning to Martin kicking her and London. London is the baby. So he was just, she's just waking up and he's just kicking them for some reason. So she basically picked up the baby and went into the living room. But then he came in, he followed her and snatched the baby away from her. And then he walked out to the balcony with the baby, but then he came back in without the baby.
Whoa!
So,
So it wasn't even a planned thing. It's just it's a total mental imbalance, and it's something.
Allegedly, if that is true, then I can see why it happened. It's not like he did it purposefully, but that's allegedly. So, like, if that's actually shown that he did have mental issues, he might have been hallucinating or seeing something else.
Or he also could be thinking, I don't remember. He might also say, I really honestly don't remember this happening. Because with certain types of mental issues, you absolutely don't know that you've done such a thing. You don't recall. You have no recollection. It's just what it is. But it's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, goodness.
And then if he does have mental issues and, he becomes lucid again, can you imagine him realizing he killed his own daughter?
Right. And he's like, especially if he really loved his daughter in the first place, he probably did. Maybe he did.
However, on the flip side, if he did that just because he was having an argument with her, then he's a piece of trash. Exactly. So we would have to follow this story to see if he actually did have mental issues or if he's just a piece of trash.
Ky, let me make some phone calls. After all, I lived in Las Vegas for 16, 17 years. So that's really my home to me. But, I'm going to definitely see if anyone else has heard anything about this.
Yeah. So this story broke today at 11:34, and the baby is so cute. So if y'all go to our
beautiful London, what a beautiful name.
Yeah, if y'all go to our Facebook, so it's like I said, facebook.com/relationshipcrime. If you go to our Facebook, I'll post this link to this story so you can see a picture of the precious baby.
Oh, London.
She was so cute, poor baby.
Wow.
But yeah, I read that like right before coming on air, and I was like, ooh, I gotta tell good Lord, Char this story.
Okay, guys, Star is my nickname in Las Vegas, and don't ask why. It's just been my nickname forever. That's why she's fumbling back and forth, but that was my nickname since I think I was maybe 18, way before Vegas, actually. 17. So, yeah, it's okay. I got you. I know you're speaking of me in this moment. Yes, I got you. And our listeners are going, okay.
All right, so I brought you that crazy story, so bring us this crazy story, Char. Let's know what's going on.
I can top it. I mean, that's the worst thing I've heard yet.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, my goodness. Okay, so today, and as a matter of fact, this is taking place in Arizona, not Las Vegas, just for anyone who's curious, okay? Yeah, so today we're going to talk about the seductress, dying for love. That's what we're going to title today's episode, okay? And so the name of this murderer, her name is Wendi Adriano. And Wendi Adriano was only 26 years old when she first, I guess you can say she was 26 years old when this first happened. But then, as time goes by, you obviously get older every year. So initially when this murder did take place, she was young. She was very young at the time. And her date of birth, in fact, is August the 6th, 1997. So to give you an idea, this happened in literally 2000. So early 2000. Well, 2000. The date of the murder was October 8th, 2000. So it happened way back then. This is going into 21, so it's like 11 years ago, something like that. So her unfortunate victim.
What? You said, wait. You said it was in 2000?
Yeah, but this is 2020, and we're going into 2021 when it'll be 11 years.
Yeah, and you said 11 years? Really?
It'll be 11. 20 is 10 years. This happened in 2000, so you got 20 years ahead. Does that make sense? And then we're going into 21, so that'll be 11.
Are you serious right now?
Yes. 2000?
2000.
Okay, then 2000.
2020. What's 2000? What's 2020 minus 2000? What number do you get?
20.
Yeah, but why are you saying it happened 10 years ago then?
No. No, I see what you're saying. 21 years ago. Okay, got it. Thank you. Yeah. So it happened. Yeah. So I just threw a whole decade out. Yeah, I really wasn't connecting that at all.
Please, people, subscribe to our Patreon so we can get Char some math help. We need to buy her a tutor. Please subscribe.
Yeah, yeah. I need a Patreon just for that. Okay, so Kai,